Hello everyone, welcome to Flexibility Matters. I hope you're feeling well. So today's session we're going to be targeting again a lot of the muscles in the posterior chains and muscles which obviously run down the back of our body. So we're going to be really focusing on the glutes, the hamstrings, of course. So I'm going to get you to stand firstly with your feet at shoulder width, okay, which means that I need to have the edge of your shoulders just in line. Yeah, that's going to happen. Hold on 2 secs. Just got to let one more person in. Right. Okay, so yeah, so I want you to make sure that you're stood with your feet just in line with the edge of your shoulders. Okay, and then from there, I want you to just reach out to your sides, try and make sure the palms are facing up, and the shoulder blades are rolled back and down. So really just starting to open up the muscles in the forearms and the biceps. And then from that position there, I want you just to look over your shoulder on one side, feel like you're stretching through the side of your neck. You get a nice stretch there. Come back to the middle, nice and slowly. So we're going to do a couple of seconds on each hold. So just hold for 2, and then back to the middle with control, and then just keep going across the body and look a little bit further each time. So you just feel like you're getting a little bit further around, so you're seeing a little bit more of the room. And keep that going. Back to the middle. We're doing 3 reps on each, so this will be the last one. Going left to right. Okay. And then come back to the middle. So from here, I want to bring your hands into the shoulders. And then I want you to get your elbows to touch. Okay, and keep the hands on the shoulders the whole time. As you go to reach up with the arms, I want you to look up with your head. I want you to do a big circle round, and as the elbows drop, I want you to look down and almost round your back. And as you look up, I want you to reach up nice and high with the arms at the same time. Just keep that going. So nice, big open chest stretch. Let's get it, keep going. So we're going for about 5 repetitions from this one, so just one more. Elbows touching, look all the way up. Okay, and then once you've done your 5th rep, I want you to just hold the elbows almost level to the shoulders. Take the arms back out to your sides. I want you to now let go of the hands. And then I want you to just drop your ear to your shoulder. And as you do that, I want you to just look down towards your hip, towards your pocket, and then come back up, and then do the same on the other side. So again, just turn the head slightly. We're going to do 3 reps on each. Come back to the middle. So you're just stretching a slightly different muscle group here. It's what you call your STM, your sternocleidomastoid, different neck muscle. Keep going. Arms and shoulders, you feel pretty warm after this. Good. And then last one, again, just try and feel like you're stretching a little bit more each time you move. And then last one, on the right side. Okay, bring the head back to the middle, go hands on the shoulders. This time I want you to circle the other way, so you're going to go back and over, but you can keep your head in a neutral position for this one, okay? So you're just going to reach back and over, and just try and get the palms on this one to touch. So the back of the hands, okay? So just try and get the back of the hands to touch. Come over, touch, and repeat. So over, touch, and repeat. That's good. Okay, and then from there, once you get to that rep, I want you to just reach out to the sides. That's good. And then I want you to look down. Palms are stood up, tuck your chin in. Then I want you to look up, to your head back. Then I want you to reach up. And then from this position here, I want you to reach back. Just go into extension, stay looking up. Good. Okay, then I want you to just tuck your chin in. And then we're going to roll down through each vertebrae, so nice and slow. Hold that position at the bottom. Try and keep the arms straight. Okay, and then just gently break the hands. And go palms on the floor, underneath your shoulders. If you can't do that, you can use blocks or just go onto your fingertips. Just hold that position there. Try and push down into the ground as well. Keep the chin tucked in and look for the heels. Excellent. Okay, we're not holding this one for too long, because what I want to do now is just take your right foot back and then your left foot. So you're in that plank position. And then I want you to just walk your feet into a down dog. Just drive your heels into the ground. So as always, just make sure you've got the hands underneath the shoulders. Good. Okay, hold the position as you are, but I want you to just walk your hands out to shoulder width. So make sure you've got enough space for your body to come through. Just hold that position still. Okay, and then from here, I want you to just walk forward into your plank. And then just go down to the ground. That's good. I want you to try and stay on the balls of your feet. But resting more on your knees than you are on your hips. Just hold that position there. Okay, I'm just going to take an intake of air, and then as you breathe out, I want you to just lift the hips and the knees off the ground into an upward dog. Okay, so hold and breathe in, and breathe out. Lift the knees off the ground. Use your strength in your arms to hold yourself up. If you can't do that, obviously do it with the knees down. If you can do that, just try and hold from that position for another 10 seconds. I feel like you're squeezing between the shoulder blades. Keep the chest open. And then 3, 2, 1. Drop your knees. I want you to go down to the floor. Okay, and then from here, I want you to just flatten your feet. Take your arms to your sides. And then just reach back almost to the letter A position. Okay, so slightly below the shoulder line. Keep your chin tucked in. And I want you to reach up as high as you can, keeping the palms open, and just hold that position there. So I want you to squeeze between your shoulder blades. Make sure you're not elevating the shoulders, not shrugging. If you need to, you can slightly bend the elbows to take some tension out of your triceps. But hopefully that's not a big issue. Keep holding. Doing well. Keep the palms open, thumbs up. Just squeeze between the shoulders, strengthen the shoulders. Okay. And then just drop to the floor. Bring the hands back to the middle, so make sure they're now underneath the shoulders again. Just go into a normal cobra on this one. Just push the hips into the ground. And then I want to go onto the balls of your feet. Just transfer more weight towards your knees. Start to lift the hips off the ground. And then we're going to take a big breath in. We're going to do another upward dog hold. So breathe in. And breathe out. So just try and hold the opposite to the down dog. Onto the balls of your feet. Squeeze between shoulders. Try and get as much flexion as you can. So make sure the knees off the ground. It's difficult to tell. Lock out the arms. Keep holding. 5 seconds to go. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees. And breathe out, go down to the ground. Flatten the feet. Want to take your arms to your sides again. Squeeze between the shoulder blades. Bring both hands behind your back. roll the shoulders back and down. I want you to now just reach up off the floor, squeeze in between the shoulders, looking down the whole time, and just hold that position there. Good. Again, feel like you're pulling the shoulder blades back and down, squeezing in the middle of your upper back. Don't want any shrugging to be taking place. Fold in. Keep that head in a neutral position, tucked in. Really well. Keep going. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, just drop your chest to the floor. I want you to now bring the hands back to the middle. That's good. And then from there, I want you to go onto the balls of the feet. Okay, go into a box position. So that's hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath your hips or close to. And then go into a down dog. Squeeze through your shoulder blades. Drive those heels into the floor. Try and keep a little bit of an arch in the lower back. It's quite an upper body start, I know. Try and lengthen through the back of the legs. Okay, we're going to transition from this pose into pigeon stretch. That basically means we're going to be bringing the right leg forward. Okay, through the middle of the body. We'll make sure that the leg and shin angle is at 90 degrees when we do so, okay? So I want you to now just go into that pose. Right leg comes forward. If you need to move it slightly, we'll do so. So that there is our position. Right, so firstly, I want you to just make sure you've got your legs set up correctly. You can't quite get into that 90-degree position, that's fine. Don't force it too much because you can put pressure on the knee. Okay, if you're happy with that, then just fix your foot. And then just slowly go down into a child's pose. If you can't do that, then obviously just stay on straight arms or even forearms like a plank. Just hold that position there. Try and make sure that the knee stays in contact with the ground at the front, and obviously at the back as well. Okay, keep holding. Okay, I want to walk both arms over to the outside of the right knee. Just rest your chin on the knee, get as low as you can, stretch through the angle. Keep holding that position there. So I feel like you're lengthening now more on the outside of the hip. And into those external glute fibers. Keep holding. Okay, and from this position, I want you to now just move your left arm to the middle of your body. Go into almost like a side plank position, so your elbows can be roughly underneath your shoulders, your forearms can be flat. And you just rotate your body weight back onto that left arm. And then from here, I want to lift up that right arm and reach up, almost round towards the midline of your body. And then just hold that position there. Stay looking at the hand, looking up, open up that chest. Up. Very good. Try to stretch through the fingers and the arms and the hands. Okay, and then just come back to the middle. I want you to now just place both hands underneath your shoulders. I want you to go onto the ball of your foot, I should say on the back foot. And then from here, just lift up. We're going to go into a down dog. So 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Drive again into the ground. Should be making progress with this one now. A little bit easier than start the session. So that squeeze going through the shoulders. Holding. Okay, now I'm just going to bring the left leg forward into that pigeon stretch. So just breathe in, and as you breathe out, step through, hold. So nothing tall to begin with, and you can fix your foot. That's good. All right, and then from there, just breathe in, breathe out, go into your first child's pose. Try and get your head to the ground. And just hold. Remember, if you're struggling with that one, you can always go into forearms, or if needs be, you can always do that with straight arms as well. So choose your level. Just hold. Try and make sure that the leg stays at a 90-degree angle. Keep holding. Okay, I want to walk both arms round to the outside of your left knee. Again, just rest your chin on the knee, get as low as you can. Look down, hold that position. If you feel like your foot's slipping, you can always try and readjust a little bit. Push your weight down through that left hip. Keep holding that position. Lovely stretch this one. This feels good. Keep going. Okay. Now I want you to just bring that right arm to the middle. Just hold. Make sure your alignment's correct. So elbow underneath shoulder. And then just going to breathe in. And as you breathe out, so rotate back now with the left arm. Hold that position there. Look round. Keep palm open. Good. Stay fixed. And then come back to the middle. That's good. Right, go hands underneath the shoulders again. We're going to go into another down dog, so make sure you pause on the foot on the back. Breathe in, as you breathe out, just transition back. And hold. And again, just drive the heels down into the ground. Very good. Okay, I want you to now step forward on your right side. Make sure your foot comes to the outside of the right hand. So you almost get left in this sort of Spider-Man type position. Then from there, it's just flatten your back foot. Just lean back and make sure you're sat on the ground. So the inside of that back foot. Okay, from here, take a breath in, and then breathe out. Go onto your forearms. Just hold. Stay looking up. Good. Just doing quite a few stretches in this position, so a few changeovers. Good. Then from there, always come up. That's good. I want to reach up. Take a breath in, As you breathe out, wrap both hands around the outside of that foot. And if you can, just try and move your body towards that front leg. Almost aiming to rest your head on your knee, or as close to. Pull back on the foot at the same time, so stretching through the calf and the Achilles and more from the back of the knee. Keep holding. Stay well. And then just release the foot. Okay, I want you to come back to here, hands underneath shoulders. Take another breath in, and as you breathe out this time, if you can, let's go all the way down. Just rest. On your back, just relax the arms. Yeah, just hold that position. If you can't do that, just rest on your forearms. Feel that stretching the quad on the left-hand side. Good. Hold in. I want you to bring both arms behind your back. Just hold that position there. From here, we're going to take a breath in. And as we breathe out, we're going to sit up and reach around the bottom of the foot, so around the outside of the heel. Okay, so breathe in. And as you breathe out, sit up, go forward, try and wrap just around the bottom of the heel. Just hold that position. Just try to push yourself as far as you can. So if you can get your head to your knee, you've done really well. Both forearms flat. Breathing. Okay, just relax. And then from here, we should just bring both hands back to your knees, only to your knees. And then just transition back into the spine-bound position. Okay, so your hands are going to come forward to your front foot. Go onto the balls of your feet. That's good. Step back into down dog. Hold that position. Squeeze from the shoulder blades. Again, this pose should be getting a little bit easier now. And now I want you to just step forward on your left side. Okay, finishing that spinal position. Just flatten your back foot. And then lean back again. So now it's the right side, which is just outside the hip. Go almost straight onto your forearms. And just breathe in, breathe out. Just try to sit back into that stretch. If you do want to go straight to the floor, you can. If not, just hold from here. You can always do this with straight arms if you're struggling. Just hold from here. Try and feel your way into the stretch a little bit. Sometimes a bit tough on this side because it's the dominant leg for most people. Okay, so from wherever you are, just come up. I'm going to reach up. Breath in, and as you breathe out, wrap both hands around the top of the foot. Just lean forward. Hold that position. Hold in. Just feel it cushion the weight forward as you're doing this one. Get it as low as possible. Keep the legs square. And then come up from that stretch. Okay. Take both hands to your sides, go down to your arms, take a breath in. And as you breathe out, try to lie back on the ground. Hold that position. And if you can't lie flat, you can just rest on your forearms, you can hold with straight arms. It's completely your choice. Just enjoy that stretch, enjoy that position, enjoy lengthening through that quad on the right hand side. Okay, now bring both arms up behind your back. Lengthen both arms. And from here, I'm going to take one breath and try and sit all the way up and wrap around the bottom of the heel. So breathe in, and as you breathe out, come through, go as far as you can again. Hold that position as low as possible. Keep holding. And get both arms flat on the floor as well. And just slowly come out of that position there. Right, so now just bring your opposite leg forward. That's good. Just going to breathe in again. And as you breathe out, we're going to wrap around the bottom of the feet one more time. So breathe out. Go down as low as you can. Keep going. Keep going. Nice. Try and make sure the toes stay pointed up. And slowly just come out of that stretch. Now we need to bring both hands back. I want to go so far back that you can start to feel a stretch just through the front of your arms. And then from that position, when you're starting to get that stretch, I want you to just roll your shoulders back and down. I want you to just push your chest up towards the sky. Just open up the shoulders and the chest and just hold. Feel like you're almost pushing your arms down into the ground as well. So you can feel that stretch across the biceps even more. Excellent. Okay, from there, I want you to just bring your foot up towards the hips. I want you to lift your leg so that your heel is above the toes on the opposite side. Then I want you to take your right leg out to the side of your body, bring it as far round as you can. You should feel that a bit of tension just on the inside of the thigh. And just hold that position. And stretching still in the same way. We've just got one leg extended. So you use your quadricep muscles, your thighs, to help extend that knee. Keep that leg nice and still. Excellent. Okay, and then just bring that leg back towards the middle. Okay, I want you to now go hands side on, keep them underneath your shoulders. I want you to point your toes away. I want you to roll your shoulders back and down. You're going to take a breath in, and as you breathe out, we're going to go into a reverse plank, which is this one. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, breathe out. Up and hold, squeeze from your shoulder blades. Push the hips up. While you're opening the chest again, stretching out, keep the head back. Keep holding, extend the elbows, keep the arms locked. You can use blocks if you need to for this one. Excellent, keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower yourself down. Excellent. Bring the arms behind you again. So let's go back into that stretch. Okay. We're going to do the same movement Now on the left side, so bring the toes up, bring the foot slightly above the toes on the opposite leg. Go out to your side and hold that position there. Just keep holding. Keep holding. Make sure the leg stays extended, toes stay up. Nice, nice, tough movement. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, bring that foot back to the middle. Okay, now I want you to just bring the hands in a little bit. If you can, try and point the fingers forward now. Okay, if you can't do that, you can always go side on again. Roll your shoulders back and down. You take a breath in, and as we breathe out, we're going to go into that reverse plank again. So slight bend in the elbows. And breathe in. And breathe out. Up and hold. So push the hips through, lock out the arms. If you're struggling with this position at the top, you can always bend one leg to make it slightly easier as well. That's like a regression. So if you want to slightly modify the exercise, you can always do that. But if not, try and keep both legs straight. Keep holding. Try to drop your head back a little bit. Just resting the back of the head and the back of the shoulders. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly drop down. That's good. Okay, so what I want you to do now is just lie back on the ground. Catch your breath. Just relax a little bit. That's good. I want you to bring your right foot up to the inside of your left thigh. And then I want to bring your left leg over the right side. So we're going to get the heel just above the knee. And I want you to just try and push that knee down into the ground. Take this arm to your side as well. And just hold that position. Okay, so shoulders going to be flat. And just hold that position. Okay, so like I said, we go from here. We bring that leg up, and then we push down. Just really stretch in the lower back, a little bit the side of the hip, use the glute tissue. Just keep holding. Try and point the toes up on the top leg. Excellent, keep going. Okay, now I want you to extend your left leg. So it's going to be straight, and it's going to be the sides of you. And I want you to reach down, try and grab your toes. Just hold. If you find that's a little bit too easy, you can always go for the back of the ankle, back of the heel. And then just almost lift up a little bit higher from there, so it's up to you. Hold in. Make sure the foot does stay flexed, the toes stay up first, really important. Make sure the back of that knee stays straight. Okay, now I want you to just bring your left foot back to the middle. Make sure both feet are lined up in that sort of butterfly stretch there. I want you to just push the knees down. You can't quite reach the knees. Make sure the heels come a bit closer to your hips. You should be able to. And just hold that position there. So it's only a gentle stretch, just one just push down. Open up the hips a little bit more. Okay, so now we're going to bring that right leg over the left. So just drop that left knee. Bring the right leg over and hold that position. try and make sure the shoulder stays flat, hand stays open, head stays down, stretch your chest. It doesn't really matter what you do with bottom leg on this one so much, but then we're trying to get both knees touch the floor. Open up the chest, that's it. Stretch with the lower back on the side. Okay, now you're going to extend that top leg, reach down, hold on to the toes. Again, if you want to, you can always go for the back leg. Just lift up a little bit higher, so that's you. Good. Keep on doing. And then from here, I want you to come back to the middle, back into that butterfly position. But now, I want you to lift both feet off the ground. I want you to just reach forward, just put both hands above the toes, and just tilt all your weight onto the back of the pelvis. I want you to just separate the feet and hold that baby pose position there. Right, so just feel like driving the knees down into the ground. Try and push your lower back into the floor a little bit on this one. It's going to lift, of course. Just open up that gap, separate the feet, keep holding. Keep holding up to this one. Very good. Okay, now I want you to bring both feet together. I want you to wrap your hands around the toes. Bring your heels in. Take a breath in. And I want you to sit up. And I want you to just lean forward. And come over. And drive your knees down into the floor. Good. Keep holding. Try and get as much stretch into the adductors as you can. Make sure your heels are staying close to your body. That's very important. And the aim is to try and get both knees flat on the ground. Very good. Keep going. Okay, now from here, I want you to now just lift your knees onto your back again. Just keep holding the toes. Go back into your baby pose. And then we're going to just take a breath in, the breath out. Then we're going to try and straighten the legs and hold that position like so. So just tilt back into sort of the middle upper back and the knees extended. Hold. Open up the legs, keep holding. Try and take it further if you can. Keep holding. Okay, now I want you to bring your feet together. Go hands around the ankles. Bring them in. Okay, to the hips. Then use your core muscles again to lift you up. So take a breath in and breathe out. And then come through into the butterfly. And then I want you to go elbows on your knees and just push down into the ground and lean forward. So keep holding. Again, a bit of flexion on this one is a good thing, so lean forward as much as you want on this. Just make sure you're driving the knees down into the ground with the elbows. Hold down. Okay, and from there, just slowly come out of that stretch. Like to grab the ankles, line back again. Just hold that position. Now let's take your hands off your feet and just wrap them just around the bottom of the hamstring, just inside your knees. Once you just let the knees naturally drop to the floor, keep your lower back flat, and then take a breath in. And as you breathe out, I want you to extend both legs. So lower back's going to be flat on this one. Just hold in this one for a good period of time. Hold that position, hold that stretch. Let gravity assist you. Just keep breathing away through the stretch. So holding this one for a little bit longer. Push the lower back into the ground. Just keep opening up. Okay. And then I want you to bring the heels together again. Just bring the knees together. And bring both knees to your chest. And then from that position there, you're going to roll forward and go into a hamstring stretch. So the same as what we did earlier. So feet together when we get into position. So breathe in and breathe out. And then come through. Hopefully we've got a little bit further this time. Push forward a bit more. Try and get as low as you can. Breathe your way into the stretch. Keep holding. And slowly come up out of that position. Point to cross your right leg over your left. Drop your knee to the floor. Cross your left leg over your right. So straight into a double cross. Can't do a double cross, just do a single. That's up to you. And then take your arms to your sides. Good. And then I want you to just go palms up. And just wrap that right hand around the left shoulder blade. Reach over the top. So come up over the top, just above the elbow. And then just pull round and hold. Keep holding. Keep the shoulder relaxed. And then come back to the middle, still holding. And just release the arms. That's good. And then just wrap the left arm around the body, left hand around the shoulder blades, reach over the top. Put the breath in, follow the breath out. And round over that hip. Hold that position. And then come back to the middle. Take the arms to the sides again. Palms are up. Always just drop your left ear to your left shoulder. And then just take your left hand and just gently assist it. Just a little bit more towards the floor. Drop the opposite arm. Just hold. Just really relax on this bit. You can close your eyes if you want to. Holding. And then come back to the middle. Just go into a neutral position, arms at your sides again. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. And then just reach over the top and just assist. Arm at your side. Hold. Just relax into the stretch. Keep holding. And come back to the middle. Good. Just look left. And then look right. And then come to the middle. And look down. Tuck your chin in. Drop the arms in this one as well. And then look up. Tilt the head back. A little stretching through the front. And then reach up. Lengthen both arms. Hold. And there, bring the hands together. Keep holding. Take a breath in. And breathe out. Bring the hands to the middle of your chest. And namaste. And you can uncross your legs. Well done.